So recently an update came out that allowed us to be able to manage our anchor areas a lot simpler. Um, this kind of gave way to, instead of going into your route plans and changing your territories via the old drag and drop method, making them available, what have you. There's a lot easier way. What you're going to do, go back to your dashboard. What I like to do personally is the first thing is go ahead and run my route. I'm actually using live time data right now, so it's actually going to be pretty accurate as far as what your visibility will see as far as my recording goes. So the one thing that's nice about this is kind of how I just went over with the whole assigning the anchor territory, or assigning the actual route area assignments. This will allow you to, it's freaking out, move your territories a lot smoother, and instead of kind of guessing when you're going through your anchor areas, you're actually able to visibly see it on the map. So as you move them from route to route, you get a better feel for what you're grabbing. You can see your stops within that territory, and you can kind of count it if you're just trying to move 5-10 stops off of one to give another guy a lighter day. If you're trying to recreate an entire route, such as like a supplemental, this tool is very valuable, and I use it every day when I do my route planning. But like I said, the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and run your map and get that created, so that way you have your live visual on your actual stops. So let's let that run for a second. The next thing that I do is I go to report, go ahead and see what everyone's looking at. It doesn't look horrible. Now, I'm going to go on my dashboard. I'm going to click my Manage tab. I'm going to go into Anchor Areas. I am working with the Tuesday plan. And I've noticed over here, Gamma 21 only has 99, and it is the lightest out of what we have available. GFI second one is actually just a supplemental route, so I don't care about that number per se. When I rerun these numbers at 9:30, I will actually debate whether or not I send that out or not. But the process of this is actually the same. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn off all of my anchor areas. I'm then going to click on Gamma 21 and see just what that is. Zoom in a little bit so I can see the territory that he is actually doing. So 21, I'm going to go ahead and click Assign Anchor Areas. These are the anchor areas that are available to him. So I'm going to go ahead and just click off on them. Once they turn yellow, that means that they are properly assigned to him. So I'm going to hit Save. I'm now going to look at some of these other ones. So like 118, Gamma 24. Okay, that looks fine. I'm going to kind of just go down my list. Gamma 1, Gamma 1, 106, Gamma 20, 107, Gamma 21. Oh, actually, no, I ran a different plan last Thursday. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and hit Assign Anchor Areas. Click back the territory that he should have. Hit Save. Making sure my colors look good. So Gamma 22, what is he at? 102. His counterpart, I believe it's 26. It is. So 26 and 22. It's about a 16 stop gap. And like I said, you can actually see the dots and the placements. So I can go ahead and hit Assign Anchor Area. Go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This actually, oh no, I'm working with gamma 22, not 26. So yes, I want to discard that because I made a mistake. So now I'm back in the gamma 22. Like we just counted off by moving 6 stops. That will put these guys relatively around the same number. Go ahead and hit save. And that's it. It's as simple as that. You'll notice that if you double click on it and it turns gray, that anchor area would be no different than when you had any unassigned territory in your, actually I can just show you. It would be no different than if you had any unassigned territory in this column. These anchor areas on the left are actually from a previous video, so I do not use them. However, they are still here. So in this case, this is the unassigned territory, so these will show up. And anything in the gray is now going to be available on that left-hand side. So we don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead, go back into anchor areas, go to route plan, hit Tuesday. We were working with, I clicked them all off. We're working with gamma 22. Oh, I didn't save it. So it is still showing as his. So now what we're going to do is go back over here, hit map. I'm going to run my plan again. So after you run it, you can still keep this window open because this window will refresh once you hit the little refresh icon up at the top of the hand or the top side of your screen. Not sure what everyone's using for their browsers, but just go ahead and refresh your page, and that will bring up some accurate numbers for you, and your accurate, or it will put in your new anchor area assignments to the proper route that they should be in. So we'll just let this run its thing for a second. It is nice. I like to do mine with a Stella. They still like to take a long time. So now, as you can see in our map, the new territory that we did plot into this area is now here. So the map looks fine. I'm going to go ahead and hit report. Now it looks a little bit better. And I'm just going to kind of sit here and play around with this until I get it as balanced as it can be. In my situation, all of my routes are doing relatively the same mileage and relatively the same stop count. So I go based on number, I don't go based on distance. All of my routes are typically doing between 27 and 32 miles a day. We got lucky that we are very tight. We are inner city, so we don't have a lot of the country. We don't have a lot of drive time to and from route. So personally, that's just how I run it. So obviously your guys' are going to change, but this is the general basis on how you are going to manipulate this in the easiest and quickest way. So as always, if there's any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me via email or leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can with your questions. Stay safe and have fun.